Welcome to Lions Live 365. I'm your host, Michael Ayers, and today we're going to break down this Michael Parsons trade. This is insane. I don't understand why the Cowboys would do this, but at the end of the day, should the Lions be worried about the Packers getting Michael Parsons? I'm going to break that down real quick for y'all. And to really get into it, I want to answer two questions. Why didn't we do it? And why did the Packers go through, right? So, as far as for the Packers, right? This dude asked for a ridiculous amount of money. It's almost like he didn't want to go there. The amount of money that they paid. They paid an additional $6 million average AAV for Michael Parsons. What that basically means is that man is getting paid $2 million a year more than Patrick Mahomes right now. That's how much he got paid. Not only did he get paid a stupid amount, he only signed a 4-year extension. So there's a good chance he's going to end up getting another deal. They're going to have to renegotiate with this man in probably like 3 years if they're smart. So at the end of the day, this is like an insane amount of money. Now let's move on to, because at the end of the day, who cares about billionaires and teams, how much they got to pay? Who cares about the money, right? People don't care about the cap. I talk about the cap all the time. Nobody cares. Let's go about the draft compensation. Nobody cares about the draft. Every star player comes through the draft, but nobody cares about it. They paid 2 firsts and Kenny Clark. That, to me, is a deal for the Packers. I don't know what Jerry Jones is doing. I don't know why he did this. It makes zero sense that this trade even occurred. But let's be real. Why can the Packers do it and no other contender did? Think about it. The Chiefs could use another edge rusher. The Bills could use a edge rusher. They don't got a number one edge rusher. The Ravens have been looking for edge rushers for a long time now. Eagles just lost Josh Sweat in them. They allegedly can create money out of thin air. So why is it that only the Packers did this trade? And the reality situation is they don't have any game changers to pay. Like, to be honest, if Christian Watkins or Romeo Dobbs or Jaden Reed walked into that Packers GM office and said, "Hey, I want $30 million a year. I want to make the 10th best receiver money in the league," and I think it's around 10. The GM would look at him like they are insane. Like, you guys are not that good. Like, these dudes are regular. The only people that deserve to get paid on this entire team that is even remotely close to getting paid, and that is Jordan Love, because I think he's a B- quarterback. If you got an above average quarterback, you gotta, or even an average quarterback, you gotta pay him. It is what it is. It's the new NFL, right? You got an average quarterback. You got Josh Jacobs, deserves to get paid, right? But he's a running back. They don't get paid that much. Everybody else, they don't need to get paid. They have nobody else. Think about it, right? Secondary kind of average. The Rashawn Gary low key is robbing them right now. He not making enough impact to be getting paid like a elite pass rusher. 8 sacks on the season is crazy. Like, they're not paying anybody. Everybody that's getting paid on the Packers is underperforming, or they don't deserve to get a crazy contract when it's time. So when you think about it, they don't have anybody to pay. Paying Michael Parsons, that money is nothing to them. So in the case that, like, say the Lions, we got a bunch of people that deserve to get paid. And when they do get paid, it's going to be top of the market or close. Jamison Williams has earned enough to get paid. Jahmyr Gibbs needs to get paid. Brian Branch needs to get paid. If Jack Campbell shows more progression, he's going to need to get paid, right? So we got talented players that are coming up. Like, we can't afford to just. And then Aiden Hutchinson, we can't afford to pay 2 people $47 million a year. Because if we get this to Michael, we might have to give Aiden 50. Like, that's just never been done. And to be honest, it would be dumb. And I'm glad Brad didn't entertain it. to be honest with you. So, I mean, I wanted Micah, but I thought he was going to take a longer deal. You could put some, a 5 or 6 year deal. 5 or 6 year deal. You can move all the money closer to the back. You can do, it's so much more flexible. When you only sign a 4 year contract and you getting crazy money like that, it's only so many ways you can hide the bread. That is ridiculous, man. And I'm glad that we didn't partake in that, because at the end of the day, the 2 firsts is one thing, but when you trade 2 firsts and you give them a player that you pretty much would need to use, that's crazy, right? So let's move on a little bit further, right? I believe that we shouldn't be worried. Their secondary is average, is all get up, super average. Nothing to be worried there. No reason to be scared of the secondary. We have a good enough O-line that'll hold up against a Michael Parsons defense. Rashawn Gary and all that doesn't really matter, right? We struggle with interior pressure. It's really not edge stuff. At the end of the day, Jared Goff is good at stepping up in the pocket, things of that nature. As long as we don't allow interior pressure, we will be fine. Number 2, I don't understand how they plan on scoring. It's gonna be Matthew Golden, some tight ends, and Josh Jacobs, because they only have one healthy receiver that's worth anything. If they go out there with Dontavian Wicks or something like that, and and Matthew Golden, that is not gonna be enough to be us. That's ridiculous, right? And their O-line is unsettled. I was looking at a press conference, and their coach is over there talking about, yeah, I'll let you know who the left tackle is later. Like, y'all don't know by now? Like, it's like the season's a week away. What you mean you don't know? And their O-line struggled a little bit last year when they played this. Like, it's more of a thing. Like, we shouldn't be worried. We weren't in a position where we need to make a desperation move. What we need to do is we need to get a quality role player across from Hutch. And at the end of the day, man, we need to be the best version of ourselves in big games. It really doesn't have anything to do with talent acquisition. It's about talent availability and talent showing up on the big day. Right? Because at the end of the day, I got a Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey on right now, right? In that game against the Commanders, what big plays did he have? J-Mo was doing his thing. What big plays did Amon-Ra have? If Amon-Ra doesn't slip, that ball is probably out. We probably don't have a fumble. If Jared Goff doesn't turn colorblind, we probably win that game. So at the end of the day, if our O-line plays at the level that they can play, if our defense stays relatively healthy and plays at a level that they can play, they literally went out there, had a slew of injuries, and was still top 10 in points per game on defense. So if we can match, and we're going to have to match what we did last year defensively, but we're definitely going to improve as a team. Because at the end of the day, the secondary is significantly better. The defense in general is going to be very good a month or 2 into the season, because we're going to have a lean back. We're going to have Tyleek. We're going to have rotations of players to come and attack. So these are not some things that we need to be worried about. We need to be worried about peaking at the right time. And that's it. If we peak at the right time, that's all we need. We need our players to play we need our players to be the best version of themselves in the playoffs. That's it. That 2023 team that went to the NFC Championship game is nowhere near as good as the team that we have now. And they should have won that game. So in my opinion, like, the league's better that we are, we need to just play our best. Now, would it be easier if we stacked the cards with something crazy? Yeah. But I'd rather not lose the players that we have or put all our chips on the table to crap out. Like, people say go all in. Have you ever watched somebody play poker and go all in every hand? They're not there that long. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about I would be cool with all in if this was basketball, where the best team usually wins because it's seven is basically seven chances. But this is football. Anything can happen in that tournament. I think we were the better team last year. It just didn't work out. But even the Rams, everybody talks about the Rams, right? We talk about how the Rams, they went all in. The Rams went all in. Everybody wants to talk about all in. That's the only all in team that you've seen win. The Eagles don't go all in. They make aggressive moves, but all in is not what you would call it. They are robbing people. They robbed us for Darius Slay, a third and a fifth for Darius Slay. They robbed the Titans for A.J. Brown at 24 years old. They robbed the league by getting Saquon for less than $40 million. They didn't go all in. They didn't trade 500 firsts and a third and then pay $100 million for a corner like the Rams did. That's not what all, that's all in. But the lesson is the only all in successful story. Everybody else just waited for their time and they struck at the right time. We got to stop calling everything all in. Oh, we need to be ultra aggressive. This is a good chance this doesn't work for either team. A very good chance. But like, I'll feel better if I try it. No, that's stupid. That's very dumb. Oh, let's be very aggressive, and then when we fail, we can say we tried. Does that sound like somebody that's trying to be successful or somebody trying to have an excuse in case something doesn't work out? And that's all I got to say on the matter, man. It's Lions Live 365. Please like and subscribe.